Another tragic story of femicide has emerged from Nakuru, Kenya, leaving a nation in shock. Florence Wanjiku, a mother of two and a thriving businesswoman, is now a survivor of an unimaginably brutal attack, a chilling reminder of the violence many women face daily. But this is more than just a news story. It's a call for justice, a demand to protect women, and a plea to end the escalating cases of femicide in Kenya. Let's dive into the heartbreaking details of Florence's story and discuss why this epidemic must be condemned and stopped. Welcome back to the channel, where we cover stories that matter, stories that demand attention and action. Today we're talking about Florence Wanjiku, a 34-year-old co-director of a land-selling company in Nakuru, and more importantly, a mother of two young children aged 10 and 2 years. Florence's life took a tragic turn after a business and personal relationship with Elias Njiru, a man she trusted and built a life with, crumbled under the weight of betrayal and manipulation. Together, Florence and Elias started a business and had a child. But trouble began when Elias refused to pay her rightful share of the business earnings. The relationship deteriorated, and Florence decided to end it. However, her decision to reclaim her independence and peace was met with escalating hostility from Elias. Last year, Florence was falsely accused of stealing the company car she was driving and was arrested during a trip to Nairobi. She spent an entire weekend in jail with her then 1-year-old child, only being released after Elias intervened. From that point on, their relationship grew increasingly strained. Florence avoided the office and sought to distance herself from Elias, but he wouldn't let her go. He began showing up unannounced at her home, demanding to see her and their child. On Friday night, the two met to discuss co-parenting arrangements. Florence, ever the peacemaker, parted ways with Elias amicably after their discussion. But what followed was horrific. As Florence returned to her apartment, she was ambushed at the gate, struck on the head, and brutally stabbed 18 times. She fought back, trying to protect herself, resulting in severe injuries, including stab wounds to her arms and several fingers being severed. It was the quick action of the apartment's watchman that saved her life. Florence was rushed to the hospital, but the nightmare didn't end there. Elias, wearing a shirt stained with blood, appeared at the hospital demanding access to Florence. Thanks to prior warning, hospital staff prevented him from seeing her. He later showed up at her apartment complex, threatening to harm other children unless he was given his child. Neighbors stood firm, chasing him away. Elias has since turned himself in at the Menengai West police station, accompanied by his lawyer. As investigations continue, the question remains: how do we stop these heinous acts of violence? How do we ensure justice is served for Florence and countless other women who face such brutality? This incident is part of a worrying trend in Kenya. Just last month, a woman in Machakos was killed by her partner over a domestic dispute. In Nairobi, a university student lost her life in another femicide case that sparked public outrage. These stories are not isolated. They are part of a larger epidemic of violence against women that must be condemned at every level of society. Femicide is not just a crime. It is a violation of basic human rights. It destroys families, traumatizes children, and undermines the very fabric of our communities. These acts must be met with the full force of justice. It's time to say enough is enough. As a society, we must demand justice for Florence and every victim of femicide. Parents, let's teach our sons to respect women and handle conflicts without resorting to violence. Leaders, we need stronger laws and swift action to protect women. And to the justice system, there can be no tolerance for these crimes. If you're watching this, remember that change starts with you. Speak out against violence, support survivors, and advocate for justice. Together, we can create a society where women feel safe, respected, and valued. Thank you for watching and for taking the time to listen to Florence's story. Femicide is a national crisis that requires all of us to take action. If you believe justice must be served, if you believe women deserve to live without fear, share this video, leave a comment, and spread awareness. Let's make sure Florence's story is not forgotten, and let's work together to end violence against women. Don't forget to subscribe for more in-depth coverage of stories that matter, and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, stay informed, stay vigilant, and stay safe.